Okay, I'd like to take you through the process of setting up the Office printer on your new MacBook Air. It's not a terribly difficult process, but there are several steps you need to go through. The first thing we need to do is we need to download the proper drivers for this printer. So to do so, open up Safari and type in Konica Minolta drivers, and it should take you out. And the first thing you see is self-help product support. Click on that. The left-hand side of the screen here under category, under category, we're going to select the color multifunction printers, and then we're going to go to the next box, and we're going to look for 654E, which is the model of printer that we have. We're going to click on that, and once we've selected that, we're going to see some buttons over here. We're going to look for a driver, and so we're going to try to find the drivers for our particular version of Mac OS. Now, to find out which version of Mac OS you have, just click on the little apple up here and choose About This Mac, and it'll show you that we're using OS Sierra, which is 10.12. So down here on our drivers, we're looking for 10.12, which is right here. We'll click on that. It opens up several choices here. We do not want the A4 choice, we want the letter choice, so we're going to click on the 754 series. Don't worry about that series, it's the same for us. Click on the zip, and that will download an installation package. Okay, so if you click on this, it'll open this up. You can double click on that passage, and this opens up your installer window. Now what we're doing is we're installing drivers for this printer, so we'll just click continue and continue again. Carefully read the licensing agreement, agree to that, go ahead and do the installation. It's going to ask you for your username or your password because you are installing something on the printer. It wants to make sure you're authorized to do that on the computer. It wants to make sure you're authorized to do that. And so it's going to go through the installation process. It just takes a little bit. Okay, when that's done, you now have the drivers installed on your printer or your computer. You can go ahead and move that to the trash because you're not going to need that any longer. And you can go ahead and close Safari because we're done with that for now. Now we need to set up the printer on the laptop itself. So we'll go down here to System Preferences, and once that opens up, we're going to choose Printers and Scanners. A couple of steps we need to go through here. We'll click the little plus sign here. It's going to give us some options. We're going to choose an IP printer. And you need to type the IP address of this printer in, and that's 192.168.20.44. We're going to choose an HP JetDirect as the protocol for this. Give it a name. I usually just do Office Biz Hub 654E. And the location is optional, but I'll put Office in there. And then down here is where we're going to choose our driver. Check Select Software, and on here you'll see we have Minolta, Konica Minolta 654E PS. We're going to select that driver, and now we're ready to add that printer. It's going to give us a couple of options that we can set up with this printer. We have a finisher on this, which is the FS35 SD512, so we'll choose that. And we also have a punch unit on this, which is the PK521 2 to 3 hole. We're going to choose that, and then we'll say OK. And it will now set up our printer. You can see that it shows that our printer is idle. So we've downloaded drivers, we've installed it on the printer. Now we need to set it up for our applications themselves. The best way to do this is open up Pages, choose a blank document here. Normally what I do is I just type something like test in here just so I have something to check to see if it's working or not. Bold type it and come over here and select a color. I usually choose red so I can clearly tell that it's printing in color. And now I'm ready to set it up for this software. So we're just going to come up here to print, and what we're going to do, we're going to set up a couple of presets to do some specific things on this particular laptop. The first thing we have to do is set up our authentication. This printer has user authentication on it. That's why you have to type in a password to run copies. So what we're going to do is we're going to do on the layout, we're going to change that to output method. Down here you see something called user authentication. Now the name here is the same name that you see when you look at the copier, and the password is the same password you use on the copier. So I'll type in Julie's password here since I'm using her as my guinea pig, and we save our settings and we say OK. Now, a couple other settings we need to change. We need to go in here to layout finish. For some reason, it defaults to two-sided. I don't think that's a great idea. And the other thing we want to do is look at quality, because this is where we're going to choose whether it's color or black and white. It's already set to be auto color. That's what we want. So at this point, I'm ready to go up here and save these settings as a preset. So I'm going to save these settings, and I'm going to call this my color preset and say OK. And then I'm going to go back to this quality choice here, and I'm going to change this to grayscale. And I'm going to create a new preset. I'm going to save those settings as a preset, and I'm going to call that black and white. Okay, now this allows you now as you come into this printer, you'll be able to choose between color and black and white. As you know, color's a little more expensive, so I want to be careful about that. But you can choose color and black and white when you're printing to the copier, and they're all set up with authentication. At this point, I should be ready. I'm going to go ahead and choose color just to test my machine out, and I'm ready to print. And at this point, it should print to the printer just fine. So there's a real quick set of instructions. Like I said, it's not terribly complicated, but if you have any questions, I'll be happy to help you with it. All right, thanks.